In football, every team is led by one man, the head coach. He's the father figure of the team, and the man everyone looks to for answers. There have been many greats who have coached the game, and each one has had small beginnings. For these two young coaches, they began right after their playing career ended. Matt Colucci and Justin Embler are two coaches at Sacred Heart University. Both former players for the Pioneers, they now transform their lives into coaching.
I assist with linebackers with Coach Wisman. I played linebacker here at Sacred Heart. I got done playing last year. So it's kind of a dream come true, being able to help with the linebackers and influence them as my coaches influenced me.
My position is the defensive line. My daily job during the season would be obviously a meeting time with my position group early in the morning as far as getting ready for practice, drawing up certain cards, going over individual drills with the other coaches to know that we're on the same page as far as timing and whatnot. You know, watching a lot of film, being prepared to know which runs the opponents are going to be giving us on Saturday.
Like Coach Ditka, these two went from player to coach, a transition that was not easy for either one.
In the beginning, I guess it was a little weird, but a lot of the kids, they know I'll mess around them, but once it comes down to business, like they know that they got to respect my opinion, the way I coach, and it wasn't that bad of a transition. That was just kind of like, it was hard to find that when to mess around and then when to be serious. And once we established that relationship off the field, obviously I'm still the friend, but on the field and in the weight room, in the meeting rooms and stuff like that, it's kind of all business.
That transition was the most difficult part for me. As far as being a player and then turning into a coach and ended up coaching some of the players that I have played with previously for the past couple years. It was a struggle at first. I think as I started to get more comfortable in a coaching role and those players started to view me as a coach, it became easier, and they just had to gain my trust and I had to gain their trust on a different level than from player to player than from coach to player.
I'm absolutely a better coach because I know what they went through. I know in the 110-degree heat in preseason when they're huffing and puffing and they want to quit, that I'm not going to let them, and because I went through that stuff, and like I said, I started last year, so I know being on the field how they feel, how adversity comes and hits you in the mouth, and it kind of makes you think like, am I going to really get through this or not? And the answer is absolutely. We wouldn't, as coaches now, I know that we wouldn't put you through anything that you couldn't accomplish. And as a player, I questioned that. I was like, are these guys really making us do this last 100-yard sprint? Like, I think everyone's dropping like flies, but in reality, it's mind over matter. And once you embrace that you'll be successful.
I don't think I'm a better coach because I played. I truly believe in the system, and I just try to do a great job communicating what we have defensively and what I'm trying to teach and what Coach Wisman, our defensive coordinator, is trying to teach. I need to relay that message to the players and make sure that they're doing their job, and then they go out there on Saturdays to make the plays. I can't do that.
Both men found inspirations close to home with former coaches that they played under themselves.
I take a little bit from every coach, but the main contributor was the D coordinator, Coach Wisman. He, like I said, he prepares you for more than just football. It's more to be successful in life, and he's implemented that in every day in practice. Like I said, it's mind over matter, and you have to be mentally tough.
Yeah, I mean, I take a lot of inspiration from any coach. Really, I think you come across and meet because everyone has their different path and where they came from, and I think if you can learn the slightest bit from each coach you run into, it'll help you out in the long run. As far as for me, it'd have to be Coach Wisman. He took over as the defensive coordinator my senior year when I was playing at Sacred Heart, and now that I'm going into my fourth year working for him, he's truly developed me as going from a player into a coaching role.
Every coach has a memory, a moment that they hold dear, and these two are no different.
I'd say the biggest game, obviously University of Delaware, playing in front of 20,000 people. I was getting the chills just coaching on the sideline. I wasn't even on the field, so the way that I can just be there for my former teammates and now help them be successful after my playing days are over, it kind of it kind of, like I said, gives me the chills, and talking about it right now, it does. And obviously winning the conference championship for my first year coaching and last year as a player, it's something you can't really make up. It's kind of like the story tale, you know.
2 back-to-back, championships together. It just shows how far all these guys that I've played with and then I've got the pleasure of coaching. As far as that being the most memorable thing for me, I don't think anything can top that. Just how much everyone has grown and how this program has grown.